Hello, my name is Robert Brooks. The class is MDF2. The term is 1411. This is my Project 2 video review. In this video, I'm going to go over what I did for my project. Then I'm going to take you through a short overview of my code. And then I'm going to expand upon what I think I could have done better for this project. So the first thing is, what did I do for my project? Well, we did the Twitter application. This is it deployed on my iPad, and basically it's showing two rows of the collection view and of the followers of my Twitter account, and it's pulled the followers. And when you click on a cell in the collection view, it shows a larger image of that of their avatar, and displays their screen name in the top as well. So the collection view here actually shows an avatar and the screen name, all pulled from Twitter, and the avatar as well. So anyways, pretty simple application. Now for the code. Most of my code is found in the most of my code that pertains to the application is found in the view controller .m file, and then I also have a custom object file, my custom cell, or excuse me, my custom object, my custom follower info object, and the collection view cell controller, and the custom cell, and the detail view controller. Real quick, I'll take you through the bulk of the code here. Basically, in the view did load, I'm allocating my NS mutable array that I'm going to later put my custom objects I created from the Twitter JSON into. I'm doing a network check, and I am calling on my get Twitter account function, which does the bulk of the work in this application. So check internet connection real quick. I just created a quick function I call check network. Basically, it's going out, it's looking for a certain HTML file on one of my websites. If it can connect to that, then it will display. If it can connect to it, then it won't say anything, and if it can't connect to it, then it will display an alert view that says, please check internet connection, please check, before you can go forward. The get Twitter account, this is the get the Twitter information. First you set up the account store, and then you get an array of accounts. Then I did an SL request to based on the friend string here, which is the API, which is the URL to the Twitter API. And there's the SL request right there. And basically, what I've done is I've put the JSON data into a dictionary called the follower data. Then I took a then I created an NS array called the followers array to basically populate it based on the object for key users in the follower data dictionary. Then I set up a what I'm telling it to do here is I'm looping through the followers array and telling it to create follower info from dictionary. So, and then we'll go into that a little bit later. And for every object object in the followers array. Now, in this right here, and so basically saying if the follower info is nil, then I'm basically adding the objects from the follower info that I populate later into the array, the Twitter follower info array, and then I'm dispatching it on main queue or running a block to reload the collection data. Um, and then if it doesn't, if it cannot communicate with the Twitter API, then it will display alert view saying that Twitter access is not granted. It says Twitter is unavailable at this time. Um, the next function I have here is basically a cache and retrieve image function that I created, and I named it get cached image, and I'm passing an NS string that I'm calling URL in it. And basically all this does is it's using the NS cache method here, and basically I'm allocating it, creating an image, caching the object for key, which is the URL, um, and then basically checking to see, hey, if this image is cached and is kind of class is a UI image class, then return the image. So that means if it's already cached on my device, then go ahead and return that cached image instead of having to load it. If it's not cached, then we want to fetch the image from the URL and then cache it. So if it's not cached, the image is going to be the UI image is basically going to be an image with data from the NSURL string, which is URL that we'll pass into it. Then you're going to cache the object, and then you return the image. So that's going to come in handy later. So basically, now what we're going to do is we're going to pass the data into our follower info object to populate that Twitter follower custom object array that we created earlier. So creating two NS strings, one for the screen name in its follower dictionary at screen name is going to pull their screen names, and the avatar string, which is the URL for each of the profile images. Then create a UI image called avatar image and set it equal to the self get cached image and pass the avatar string, which is the URL, into that function that I explained earlier, and it loads the cached image if it's cached, or it loads it from the URL if it's not, and caches it. And then right here we populate the follower info custom object with the screen name in the avatar image. So the image is cached in there and does not have to reload every time. Here I'm creating the selection view, or the collection view, excuse me, and here's the collection view cells. Once again, it's inheriting, it's pulling the data from the follower info custom object, which the images should already be cached in there, so it shouldn't have to reload it every time and pull it from the URL every time anyways. And then we do our segue function here, basically just passing the information into the detail view. The follower info NS object I created, pretty simple. Just the user screen name, the user avatar, and the function passing the information from the view controller in there, or from the other screen in there. And then defining the function in here, setting the username, user screen name equal to the screen name that we've pulled from the view controller.m, and same thing with the image as well. The collection view cell, we have the text label and cell image, and basically we're just setting the properties. Equal that we're passing from the view controller. Now the detail view controller, pretty similar layout. We got the two different parts, or two different elements in it, and in the view will appear, we're passing the data from the cell into that. So that is it as far as things I could have done better. It took me a long time to figure, the hardest part of this project for me was definitely figuring out how to cache the products to the device, and I think I did the best way possible, but I kind of messed around with the NS file directory and saving it to the application documents folder. Didn't really like the performance of that. I just didn't think it was as good as the NS cache, but definitely learning more about how to cache things and call on cached information and data. I definitely think I could do that better in the future. So I really enjoyed the project, and I look forward to next week. Thank you.